If you want sunshine and warmth when at home the weather is cold and wet and miserable, Venus, flying the Norwegian flag, will take you in comfort to Madeira in 3 days. 3 days of rest, fun and wonderful food. An excellent start to your holiday. Life on board can be so exciting. The unpacking, discovering the ship, a visit to the shop, no duty or purchase tax, remember, all while the engines beat below like a great heart, moving the vessel swiftly and safely on its journey. The captain has had a lifetime at sea, but not so the passengers. Not all of them perhaps have good sea legs, but in recent years there has been introduced a device that helps. The stabilizers are switched on and rolling is cut to a minimum for the comfort and enjoyment of all. Some people think a deck is made for a deck chair and a doze in the sun, and they may be right. But there are facilities on board for those who prefer a little gentle exercise and a chance to make new friends. Or if you think shuffleboard too energetic, what about quoits? Mild exercise like this helps the sea air to whip up a fine appetite. Already the sun is warm enough to turn your thoughts to long, cool drinks. And so, after your game or your rest in a deck chair, into one of the lounges to give your order to the steward. One of the high spots of the day is luncheon, with its famous Norwegian cold table, from which you help yourself to a bewildering variety of delicious foods, as attractive to the eye as they are to the palate. In the evening, a drink before dinner, another meal for the connoisseur, and then a stroll in the moonlight, a book in the lounge, or dancing to the ship's orchestra to round off another happy day. And so very pleasantly the time passes. Madeira is in sight, and another phase of your holiday is about to begin. Venus is entering the bay of Funchal. It is said that the inhabitants set their watches by the time of her arrival. Anyway, whether or not you believe that, it is certainly true that the sea-borne merchants of the island, with a variety of wares from cane chairs to embroidered tablecloths, will be there to meet the ship before she drops anchor, whilst the entertainment side of the reception is provided by small boys diving for silver coins, which they seldom fail to retrieve as they flash down through the warm blue water. Now Venus is at anchor, and amid the incessant chatter from the small boats, the business of disembarking goes on. It is quick and simple. Formalities are few, and the baggage, which is taken care of by the hotel porters who meet you on board, goes ashore in a barge and is delivered to your hotel. Passengers descend the gangway to the waiting launches and are borne swiftly away to the landing stage. Ashore, taxis wait to take you to the hotels, any of which can be reached in a few minutes. The new avenue, situated at the top of the beautiful Avenida Arriaga, is a modern hotel facing south and standing high above the sea. Here, visitors enjoy the care and comfort that are characteristic of Madeira. The Atlantic Hotel, close by, and surrounded by its own beautiful garden, stands on the cliff edge. And from one of its terraces, there is a view from one tip of the bay to Reid's hotel at the other. Standing a little further back, and with a view not only of the bay, but also of the imposing mountains behind, is the Miramar Hotel, a pleasant, friendly place, whose guests return year after year in the knowledge that they will always be welcome. On the lawn in front of the hotel annex, you may continue the gentle art of sleeping off a perhaps too enthusiastic appetite. With a backcloth of bougainvillea hanging from the terrace of the Savoy Hotel, who can deny the flower girls their offerings of lilies, camellias, orchids, and other exotic blooms? A huge bouquet costs only a shilling or so. But then, flowers grow in this subtropical climate as quickly and prolifically as do weeds in our own. The Savoy, the largest hotel, with a gay, informal atmosphere, has many rooms with private balconies. But for those without, there are the wide public terraces running the whole length of the hotel, where tea and coffee are served in the sunshine on perhaps a hot January day, when the sea shines like gold beneath a brilliant sky. The Savoy has its own swimming pool, and its many visitors may do little but lie on a mattress acquiring a rich brown tan. Some may be more energetic. In the hotel grounds is a tennis court. A set or two, a swim in the sea, a rendezvous on the terrace. What more can one ask of any place? And last, but by no means least, Reid's, one of the world's most famous hotels. From the terrace or the window of your room, the whole bay stretches out before you and sets the mood for your holiday. Perfect service, perfect surroundings. And always in the hotel garden, the rich exotic blooms of hibiscus, camellias, lilies, and the scent of roses. Reid's hotel has its own swimming pool and sunbathing terraces too. Like the Savoy, it has a lift to take you down to the sea. From Reid's, if you feel adventurous, you can try your hand at water skiing. Experts say it's one of the most exciting sports in the world. And whilst it's unlikely that at your first attempt you will equal the skill and poise of this practiced skier, it's well worth trying. And if you do fall in the water, there's always the friendly sun to warm you when you come out. It is difficult, isn't it, to believe that these pictures were taken in the depths of a British winter, and only 3 days' journey from England. The sun and the sea are wonderful, but there are other things to enjoy. Funchal itself, for instance, surely set in one of the most beautiful bays in the world, rivaling Naples or San Francisco. Take a walk in the town, starting by the governor's palace. This is one of the first buildings you see when you step ashore, and most imposing it is, with its contrast of white wall and black basalt. Madeira has belonged to Portugal since it was discovered by Zarco in 1419. This is the statue erected to his memory. We meet Prince Henry the Navigator, grandson of John of Gaunt. It was he who sent Zarco on his voyage of exploration. Wander through the shady, narrow streets, full of interest and unexpected beauty. Pause for a moment at the English church, where the Anglican community worship. There's a Scots kirk, too, close by. Take your first look at the magnificent Praça do Municipio and admire the harmony of the cool buildings in which the affairs of this island are conducted, and the graceful lines of the churches in which its people worship. As you pass through the streets and pause in the squares, or as you leave or enter your hotel, always you will meet the flower girls of the travel poster, and you'll find it difficult to resist the temptation to buy their sweet flowers, just as you will find it difficult to resist the persuasive shopkeepers. For afternoon tea, a book from the library, tennis, or some quiet putting, there is the British Country Club, with its shady, cool lawns and clustered wisteria. Traditional hospitality enables visitors to Madeira to join for a nominal subscription. During the war, a generation grew up in Britain that had never seen a banana. Here, they grow in thousands, all the year round. And there are oranges, too, and lemons, and prickly pears. The stalls in the market are piled high with all this locally grown fruit, and it's so cheap to buy if you want to bring some home with you. Ask for it to be sent direct to the ship. You'll find the fruit waiting for you on board, specially chosen to last the journey home.